So the development price is like roughly 300k.
It must be big.
That's what she said.
Welcome to the Zen Properties Podcast, a podcast about building long-term wealth and cash-flowing businesses through real estate. Dive into interviews with industry legends, content packed with actionable tips and relaxed banter. We are Mac and Maggie Daring. Please enjoy the show. Hi guys, what's up? This is Mac from Zen Properties Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in again every second week. It's typically Maggie and I, but Maggie couldn't attend the site tour because of problems with babysitting, so it's just me. Now, today's episode is a little bit special. It's a little bit different. This is the recording from our site tour of our newly purchased property in Cotswolds. Derelict residential property being converted to high-end serviced accommodation. So now we are at like 85% built done. We are on finishing stage where the property is being painted. We got the floorings coming in. We've got the tiles coming in, the bathroom fixtures and kitchen being installed. So it's really the last stage after almost like 5 months, 6 months of full on build. A team of between 4 to 6 people on site at all times, sometimes 7 days a week. They are a little bit crazy. So everything that we've done there is captured in this podcast, including the numbers, including our challenges, everything that was smooth, everything that was not so smooth, and the conclusions about if it's worth to purchase and develop such an expensive, relatively speaking, asset where you don't change the use class. So we purchase residential, it stays residential. So, Derelict is residential, holiday let, it's still residential. So we don't have any aspect of converting the commercial or mixed use property into a residential property where we add value by planning, add value by changing the use class. There is no element like that in this project. So is it possible to add the value? Is it possible to remortgage and not to leave too much money in the project? Let's dive in and check it out. Enjoy.
Okay, guys, let's do it quickly because I know that everyone is starving and we want to have a pint or three. Never have more than 5 pints in the UK because it's 5 and drive, not more. Okay, so guys, like who we are. Ivan and Mac and Maggie. Maggie, my wife, she's not here today because she has to stay home with the kiddos, but we love her so much and we are really, really sad that she cannot be here today. So maybe next time. Okay, and a quick agenda. So we've met here and we walked around the property quickly. We will go outside as well. I want to show you the collapsing wall, so you see what it was. It's quite fun to see. And for this, I don't think we'll spend more than like 30 minutes. The most important part for everyone is the numbers, development costs, what we paid for, how much, what is the real numbers, GDV, LTV, everything. So we want to see that. We'll talk a little bit more about the challenges. No challenge, no fun, as always. Mm-hmm. And then if you have any questions, we can take the questions here or we can do it at the local pub. Local pubs are amazing, by the way. So yeah, looking forward to that. Next slide. So Maggie and I, we run Zen Properties development and podcast, and we've created Zen Stays as well. Ivan joined the Zen Stays as a JV partner, and we've done 7, 8 JV
7
rent to SA.
This is 6 rent to SA, and this is number 7, right?
This is number 8 when you count Cambridge.
Oh yeah.
So we had one our flagship
Cambridge.
and lost it. Francesca stayed there, so it was a good.
Oh,
property.
you did, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good property. And our background is, I'm IT. Wi-Fi consultant, marketing director, so it's definitely not properties. I don't have background in properties. My family does, but not me. My dad runs property business, or used to. My brother runs a property business development, but not me. So I'm quite new to it. Started in 2019 with buy-to-let and shit, but quickly moved to SA, rented SA, mm-hmm. and left full-time employment, unfortunately leaving my business partner, Francesca's husband, Matthew, behind. Maybe one day, and Ivan.
Yeah, so I've got I dropped out of college. I've got a sales background. I got into property around 2020. Started off on the rent to service accommodation strategy, very low scale in Stevenage, just doing a couple of 2-beds. Doing that part-time, and then went into sourcing full-time in 2023. Really scaled that up big time. Sourced over 80 properties within 18 months, all rent to rent service accommodation. So that's where
Sourcing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I
He was the only decent deal sourcer I've met in my career.
yeah, honest to try to be. If I wouldn't take it on, I wouldn't source it. It's the kind of motto. And yeah, Mac, I posted a 4-bed deal in Gloucester on Facebook. Mac reached out on Facebook. I thought, who's this weirdo asking all these weird questions?
And I don't even use Facebook. I was looking for a deal.
Yeah, but he turned out to be very switched on. We had a couple of phone calls and he took the deal.
A BJ.
A month or two later, he had launched the unit, and yeah, I found out how much he spent on it. He spent what, 30,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like in the rent to SA space, you spend 5-10k max on a unit. But yeah, saw he did that, but then saw the monthly profits he was making, and it's just like, wow. So there is a good market for doing it high end and properly.
It's more challenging from tax perspective, but when it comes to the bottom line, it's better if you navigate around taxes. We can have like a lengthy chat in the pub around taxes, but this is that's what kills the fun. Okay, in
Absolutely.
SA business. The VAT, fucking hell.
But yeah, you went on to buy another 4 deals from me. How many you got in Zen Lettings? 5?
Yeah, 5, all from you.
Yeah, so...
No, excluding one, because I had it. I purchased one from you for
Yes.
Queen's Park, and then his mum has given me another deal in Hammersmith.
Yeah, I should have charged you for that.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, then June 2024, I think you and Maggie approached me about scaling something special together. We went and met for a lunch in Northampton. And yeah, we decided to let's go crazy and create crazy cash flow together. I'm good
At this point, Maggie was like 7 months pregnant, so
yeah,
it's fun. Okay,
God.
next slide. Let's do it. So, guys, don't take our word for it. Keep going. In 2025, we've launched this unit. Back. So, Acton, our biggest unit, a 5-bedroom in central London. That was a massive learning curve because, like, not only we've updated our design to Zen 0.20. But we've taken the 5-bedroom in fucking central London. So, do you think it's a party magnet?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so crazy. We had like gay orgies. We had like narcotics and prostitutes there.
yeah.
Doesn't show my face, does it?
Well, the CCTV is 4K, so who knows? We'll have to go back to the recordings. But that's a crazy unit. How much money we've spent on it? So this one was one of the most expensive one.
First one, yeah.
And that was like £55,000 we've spent on that unit, and
Think
it didn't
so, yeah.
require a massive renovation. More? Paul is looking at me. More? Thinking more. Okay. maybe more, but that wasn't cheap. Okay, next one.
How much you making on it?
I was going to say,
So this one is actually the shittiest in our portfolio when it comes to money making machine. It's good. We have a solid £2,500 over the year net profit from this particular property. £2,500 a year, a month.
Very good in
Net-
summer.
net profit.
£1,000 a year. It's not
No, a month.
Yeah.
A month.
I mean,
Bottom line.
in its first December, it did like 8-9k in profit. So yeah, well, our motto is to break even in about 18 months on our high-end model.
Yeah, this will take a
is
little bit
about
longer
right.
probably, but yeah, this one is the shittiest. Okay, next one. You want to talk about this?
Fulham, yeah, lovely 3-bed. We took it on as a 3-bed, 1.5 bathroom. We actually did a full refurb on this one, adding a whole new, not ensuite, a whole new separate shower room on the first floor, and basically did a massive refurb. Landlord's over the moon. We rent this one for $3,650 a month, 5-year agreement. What was the rent free on it? It was
quite long rent free, but we've added a lot of value. So what we do crazily is like we contribute to renovation costs for the landlords, and not only that, we also like design it from the interior design, outside design, architecture with help of Merv, and then Paul and the team delivers all this shit, which is crazy hard work.
did it in about 6 weeks though. It was a quick turnaround.
It was one of the fastest, and it was quite fast. Fulham was super fast. For the amount of work, the fastest was the next one, but this one was still very fast.
Mm-hmm.
This one is quite crazy when it comes to bottom line. It gives us like roughly £4,000 net profit every single month.
What makes this one go better?
I'm not so sure why it's so amazing. The area is quite good. It's all our properties in London. They're close to transportation links, but a mixture of a tranquil garden with a hot tub,
Yep.
3 bedrooms that are well designed, 2.5 bathrooms, and
Parking,
a parking space and a
games room.
dedicated games room. It's all a strong
It
offering.
ticks all the boxes.
And
really
it's
good.
not the most expensive, like the Acton one is more expensive than this. So it's still, I wouldn't call it affordable, it's still expensive to rent, but it's good. It's good. The bottom line is amazing from this one. It's rock solid. This is one of the best units we have
I figured
in the
this.
portfolio.
I think we concluded last month is.
Yeah, potentially. Okay, next. So Shepherd's Bush, this is actually my favorite. So it was like architecturally one of the best buildings that we've taken on in central London. It's literally 1 minute walk from the shopping centre with access to underground links. It doesn't have outdoor space, but it has a garage that we've converted to games room. So we've changed the configuration of this property. This was actually the fastest to launch, wasn't
Yes.
it? This was like fucking 3 weeks. It was crazy. This was 4 weeks. This was crazy quick. It didn't require too much work. It was quite good inside. Plumbing was quite heavy, and the leaks were annoying from the old boiler. Everything is brand new now. And then we've had to add some loft to the bathrooms. Bathroom was a little bit dodgy and tired, and now it looks quite amazing. This one is also like roughly 4.5k bottom line every single month from 2 fucking bedroom property in central London. So that's where it clicked, where we thought like, okay, zone 1 and 2 works actually way better than, let's say, Acton zone 4. From now on, we've started taking only properties in zone 1 and 2 with heavier emphasis on zone 1.
Parking for 2 cars as well
Yes.
in this location is like
Yeah, it's crazy.
beautiful Muse house, really nice.
Beautiful. Next.
Lamp Street, this is zone 1 near Borough Market, beautiful 2-bed, 2-bath with private patio, and it's I think the private patio is the main selling point here. One of our most expensive for a 2-bed. We pay £4,200 a month for this one, but again, launch timescale was 3 to 4 weeks, very quick. It's probably the best condition unit we've taken on. Yeah, it was a dream, really.
Yeah, it was a dream.
Really
Amazing
quick,
property.
amazing performer. I think it did the best over
We didn't
Christmas
even have to
this
touch
year.
the bathroom. That's what it looked like. We just like painted it green to
Yeah.
have more vibe to it. But it's like it was super good. And what you see here, it's a courtyard in between 2 bedrooms on the lower ground level, private, with a hot tub. So it's actually amazing. It's amazing. If you want to like have a romantic stay in central London, this one is fucking good.
It's also our riskiest unit in some way because it's in a purpose-built block, but it has a private entrance. Usually we wouldn't touch anything in a private in a leasehold building because the lease never allows Airbnb usage. But because there's a private entrance and there's only one other flat and this flat, we took the risk on it, and it's been okay so far.
But in order for it to be okay, we have to have CCTV, we have to have noise sensors. We have very specific wording about no parties, where I guess they have to agree explicitly to our rules about no parties, about noise after 10 p.m. especially. When we have a noise or a party in any of our property, after 10 minutes, everyone is notified. So we are notified, the guests are notified. After 20 minutes, they have another automatic notification saying that if you keep it up for the next 10 minutes, expect the security team coming over for eviction. After 30 minutes, we send over like a big black guys, like a massive guys. They are like bouncers from the club to evict guests. So they come in, they ask everyone to leave, and then they let one person at a time to come back to collect their belongings, and that's where their booking ends.
It's happened once, right?
Twice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But the wording and the I agree requirement, it's changed a lot, the situation in central London. So if you are operating in central London, central Oxford, central Cambridge, and want to have some chat about how to protect your units, we've been there, we've done that, so we know what works. Next. Cambridge, this one breaks my heart.
Oh,
So we've done like a full redesign inside. It was very bare bones, so it was like a new development. The owner, she never really lived there. It was as it was created by the developer. Magnolia on the walls. I wouldn't call it ugly because it was so spacious, so massive, so tall, so grand that it really was alright as it was. But with our Zen touches, we've converted it to the place where it was like absolutely smashing. I felt like goosebumps when I was like walking through the property. It was so good. We had like the open space games area in a dining living room, massive open space, like 3.5 meters standing height, and on the rooftop we had a sauna. That was the first unit with a sauna. It's fucking crazy. But then we realized that, well, not we realized, we've spent like £55,000 on just decorating this place. And the landlady, she approached us saying, like a few months later, that there is a covenant or whatever it's called in her lease, saying that, actually it was a freehold, not even a lease, but like the entire development is banned from doing anything that is not residential, just service accommodation. So she's decided to take it off our hands, but she's a very nice lady, so she paid all the costs we paid in for this property. So whatever we spent, she bought us out, and now she rents out this unit for normal, tenants. But it commands £1,000 more every month because of the design and quality of finish. So she's happy-ish. It will take her a few years to break even. We are a little bit happy, not too happy. We're running it fully for 3 months with a profit of like £3,000 plus.
It was good,
It was all right. Okay, next.
Putney. This one's really nice. On Putney High Street. It's in above a shop, but the landlord is the freeholder, so no lease issues there. And when we took it on, it was a massive shithole.
That was probably the worst that we've had so far when it comes to layout and the feel of it. Geometry of the place, it was non-existent, like sticking out things, little things everywhere. It was annoying me. It was bad and ugly as fuck and low quality.
New bathroom, new kitchen, new decking on the outdoor terrace where the hot tub is. One of the nicest hot tub areas I'd say we have.
I would say it's one of the nicest hot tub areas.
Really, really private.
Overlooking the high street as well.
Yeah, just really good location, this one.
And like the numbers
Cheap
wise,
bathroom.
the Putney is like a killer. It was like the cheapest unit for us to launch. And it's £3,500 bottom line every month. From 1 2-bedroom unit like this. Okay, next. Oxford, so that's our latest service accommodation. That was actually the biggest pain in the ass because it was a lot of work and a lot of like communication between us and the landlord and finance flow issues where it wasn't everything like, as well buttoned up as we would like to. So it took us a good few months to launch. But now we have £4,000 every month from this unit of like 3,750 now, but it's still starting. Okay, so it doesn't have a lot of reviews. It's a fresh unit, but we have high hopes with this one. It's excellent even in fucking winter, which is great. And it's outskirts of Oxford, very commutable to Oxford. It has a private driveway for 7 cars, 8 cars, 9 cars, whatever, how many you have. It's like we are trailing new barbecue system. It's Ninja barbecue system, electric, which is apparently absolutely amazing. So I want to have it in my house now.
Yeah, I tried and tested it. I had my engagement party here. It was good turnout.
Good.
Yeah, did
And
like
also
50 vegan burgers on it. Is it? Yeah,
50 vegan burgers.
yeah, it did.
Amazing.
It went well.
Converted double garbage for a dedicated games room as well, probably like one of the biggest games rooms that we have. And also, I would say quite a nice hot tub area overlooking a massive garden where you could do like a development of flats on this fucking garden.
It's
on the back.
huge.
You could.
How many bedrooms?
This is 4 bedrooms.
It was a 3-bed. We did a full refurb on it.
But it was bad.
Now
You had
4-bed.
you had 2 bedrooms where you had to walk through the bedroom to get to another bedroom, and it was not enough bathrooms. The bathrooms were bigger than bedrooms sometimes, and not enough of them. It was bad. So we've changed the configuration fully. So in the biggest bathroom we have a bedroom, and then we've created like 1 more bathroom out of nowhere, and then we created a corridor. So every bedroom has a private entrance. It's actually now it's amazing. Now it's amazing. You would fall in love with this unit. It's absolutely great. Next. Mosley, so that's the latest and greatest and the first conversion from office to flats. So I wouldn't call it painful. It's like it's quite simple in principle, but like when you talk about like all the planning issues, when you think about like all the media connections, electricity, water, and even small things like intercom. And your neighbors, we had, I don't know how many rejections, not rejections, like the neighbors were fighting against this development. It was like, like 53 people said that they don't want to have a development there. It's crazy, but we've created a very beautiful space from 1 office to 3 flats. And the fun part is that this cost me £20,000 of my own money. And that's only because it cost me £20,000 to split the lease. I didn't see that coming to be that expensive. On legals alone, I spent like £40,000 on this project, on legals alone, plus finance. So I don't recommend leaseholds for that reason, okay? I don't recommend leaseholds. It's still all right. Bottom line, when compared to SA, we're talking about 3.5K, 4K, 5K a month bottom line over the year, a month. This one is like a 1.1K a month from 3 flats. So it's not crazy, but it's still all right. £1,100 a month. That's what, yeah. When all three are
Standard
rented,
buy-to-let, right?
excluding all the mortgage, excluding voids, everything is like included in this calculation. It's a very honest calculation. I keep 1.1k from this, and it was 18 months of, I wouldn't call it pain, but a lot of work, a lot of work. Okay, next, 2026.
We are here.
Yeah, so we will talk about the numbers. The numbers are, I don't know, it's like it's expensive. Okay, like Cottbus is expensive, the quality finish is expensive. So you will see all of that in a second. And the last one is Swaddling Code. This is our first sui generis full planning permission HMO conversion to 9 bedrooms. Planning is secured. We are finishing securing the finance now, and the development starts in hopefully 2 weeks-ish when we have the finance, hopefully. Yeah, Paul is looking at me, why not next week, yes. Still working on the finance, on development finance, on the bridging loan.
So did you buy it at auction or fast auction?
Auction. Pre-auction actually, so I like to offer before auction. And competition was crazy there. It was like, I don't know, 10 people on site when we were looking at it to buy it. I purchased it for £150,000, mixed-use property, 3-story, shop downstairs and flat, 4-bedroom flat upstairs. So it's quite big, it's like 300 square meters. It's quite big. And it was super cheap, to be honest, like 104.
You had to exchange contracts by the date of the auction?
No, 28 days since the deal was accepted, basically. 28 days. So auction terms, but pre-auction purchase. Auction terms, pre-auction purchase.
Exchange of contract?
But 28 days from expressing interest.
Mm-hmm. So you exchange in 28 days to complete?
No, it was like 10 days extension.
Completion as well, everything has to be done in 28 days.
Yes. So if you don't complete at 28th day,
right? Like, exchange and complete would be like, but you pay 10% deposit on the same day of auction.
yes. So you pay deposit, you pay auction fees, you pay legal, and then you have 28 days to exchange contracts. And of course, it never happens or rarely happens. There is like a notice period after the auction, and that's true for all auctions. You have still 10 working days to complete after you breached the 28 days. So
But that attracts penalties.
yes, so they can basically tell you to fuck off and retain.
Them, they say all this nonsense, they will be okay to agree that at least 10-15 days.
Okay.
Yes, they can, but they don't have to. They can take your deposit and sell it again, basically, if you don't buy it on time. Okay, next.
Why did you change to doing HMO?
Because the bottom line is quite good, and we squeeze like 9 bedrooms there. It's quite stressed, but out of 9 bedrooms, 6 are proper double. We have 8 bathrooms, 7 en suites, and just 2 bedrooms, they share 1 bathroom, so it's quite good quality. 3 kitchens, 1 quite big, open space with a dining space.
In this for 150 grand?
Yeah.
No, that's what his plan is going to be.
No, that was just a purchase price. So the development price is like roughly
It
300k.
must be big.
That's what she said. No, the development is 300k for this. So it's a 150k purchase price, 300k development, roughly 40k for furnishing, plus legal, plus finance, plus surveys. So it's not that cheap.
This is done within Zen Properties. All the SA related stuff I'm involved in, but yeah, I'm not on the HMOs or buy-to-lets.
Would the stamp duty be different?
There is no stamp duty on it. It's like 150k in commercial element in it, so no stamp duty.
Happy days.
Yeah. And it was a fun fact, it was valued a week after I purchased it at 190k. And then secured the full sui generis planning permission. It took us like 4 months, 5 months to secure the planning, which added 100k to the value. So I could sell it today without developing it with like 130,000 profit. That's when taking back the legal that I already paid, maybe 120 with all the finance stuff that I need to pay for as well.
Essentially over 100 grand for paperwork access.
Correct.
Pretty
Correct.
sweet.
But it's a risky business, right? So there is no guarantee that you will have the planning permission secured on the property.
No, it doesn't happen on every deal, but that's an excellent deal.
Yeah, that's an excellent deal. Yeah, I'm
So
hope
is it going through planning permission right now? Or
it's now
already
it's done. I have planning for it secured.
all of now?
Yeah, it's all done. It's all done. Thanks to Murph. So that's lead us to the next slide. It's all thanks to our legendary team. So we have Paul, head of construction. All the projects that we've done in the last 2.5 years, it was done with Paul. So that's fucking crazy, okay? It's crazy to have a person that I can like give the construction element to. And we had this chat about quantity surveyors, about project management, about putting all this team together, plumbers, electricians, structural engineers, architects, interior designers, like all of it. I don't have to do any of that because Paul does everything. So Paul is a quantity surveyor, project manager, and it's like it's such a great deal that I have working with Paul. I'm super, super happy and very lucky because Paul is my team number 6, I think, and probably, hopefully, the last team that I will ever work with, assuming that he's not fucking off to Romania. And then we have Merv, our architect and planning consultant. Without Merv, it wouldn't be possible as well. So all the layouts, all the squeezing, 9 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms from swaddling code, creating this space, and it wouldn't be possible. So without the team, you are fucking no one. The team is extremely important to have, and I'm super grateful to have these people with me, because without them, I'm just a fucking developer. I cannot do anything on my own. Have a good team. Have a good team. And look for them at least until you find them, because it's not an easy thing to find a good team. So round of applause for my team.
Unless you work with one project and they're still sticking together, that's the best thing.
It was 12 projects with Paul and still going strong. So yeah.
I was almost telling him to fuck off.
Yeah, true. First project was Queen's Park in London, and yeah. He almost told me to fuck off because
You have seen the long game, okay?
no, what he saw is like a Polish savage asking for cheaper price. But yeah, that's the team. Next, acquisition.
Acquisition, yeah. So we lost the Cambridge deal. We got the refund from the landlord, £55,000, and we thought, fuck, what are we going to do now? Literally just had a call with Jack Jiggins on strategy. He said, you're doing all these crazy refurbs on rent-to-rents. Why don't you start doing it on properties that you end up owning? So we thought, okay.
What a great advice.
That sounds smart. So started looking on the market. In our prime areas, we go for areas that are demand premium guests, people that spend well. So London, Oxford, Cambridge, Cotswolds. Naturally came across this one on Rightmove, going to auction. Me and Paul managed to get here on the last viewing slot, which was like a Thursday or a Friday. Viewed it, tons of people here. We spent that weekend working out our rough refurb costs, which are very inaccurate. Working out our max bid, and yeah, we signed up to the bidding. Ended up winning the bidding at 543k. Yeah.
But no one knew what's involved before you start opening up walls, ceilings, roofs.
And
the collapsing wall was behind a massive, a thick layer of bushes, so no one seen that as well.
We then had to spend the weekend scrambling for 10% deposit because we didn't have it, which was a challenge, right? But we pulled it together by the Monday, had it all paid, and then spent the next 28 days trying to sort out finance. We had no bridging in place.
That was
no funds in place.
By the way, we were purchasing this property together and the swaddling code all at the same time, and all whilst I was away for 2 months from the UK. So that was family holidays, and you can imagine. You can imagine.
For 2 months.
Fucking hell. And the acquisition process took 2 months for these 2 units, so it was constantly going back to the city,
signing papers,
post office, courier, all the time.
Oh, you were the one from the beach saying, oh, I just completed today.
Not from the beach, from the fucking 30 years old shitty wooden holiday house, but yeah.
But yeah, we managed to pull it off.
Yeah, thankfully. Let's see the numbers.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, numbers. So that's where the start, where the fun begins. So purchase price, 543, right? Build cost, initially it was 240. Plus
sharing this after?
Yeah, sure.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to photo.
No. Yeah, no, I can share it, no problem. It's a real number, so it's no bullshit there. Absolutely zero bullshit in these numbers. It's super 100% real. I recalculated everything yesterday at night because that's where I work on presentations on the presentation day, typically. So from 240, guys, things that didn't go as planned was the VAT. Previous projects were smaller, where Paul didn't have to be VAT registered between him and his business partners, and now we had to be VAT registered for this one. So it's 5% VAT for this, so it's not a massive amount, but VAT eaten up half of the contingency straight away. And if you do a derelict conversion to a holiday let or a residential unit, if it's derelict, if it wasn't used for 7 years or more, you can use 5% reduced VAT rate, and that's what we are doing.
Just get a letter from the council.
Yeah, it's very important. Obviously, when you do a conversion from mixed use, commercial to residential to HMO, it's the same story, 5% VAT, but you have to pay the VAT. The stamp duty was a little bit more expensive than we thought. We were expecting no stamp duty at all, but we ended up paying £16,000 stamp duty, because before Derelict it means like, no stamp duty. Theoretically, yes, but HMRC would argue. So we didn't want to risk it, and we paid the stamp duty anyway, because we know people that had issues by not paying stamp duty on projects like this one.
Do you claim that back later?
VAT? No, stamp duty is, we cannot claim back on this. No, it's gone.
No,
It's gone.
we paid non-residential rates.
Yeah, unfortunately. But then, like what we've discussed while walking around the property, there were things like, we thought that we'll need to reinforce the ceilings and floors. Yes, reinforce. But we ended up changing them all pretty much like to brand new ones, new joists. Had to like take off everything, take joists off the fucking walls, put the joists in the walls again. Sorry.
The only thing they didn't put in the walls, they will just fix it on timber, and the timber that was fixed on the
Yeah, so Paul says like the joists, they were not even in the walls, they were like fixed on the timber around the house, and it was, yeah, it was bad. Then we opened up the roof, we put the scaffolding up, and then we ended up having to replace like 30% of the roof. You don't see that from the bottom of the building, so it was quite a lot of work. And then the roof on the inside was also like starting to collapse, so we had to reinforce the entire roof as well. So that's extra. There was like no insulation. All the walls, they had to be rebuilt from scratch. We had to like cut the opening here that was like through 1 meter thick wall. It's a lot of extras, like the bushes outside. Now it's like a nice trimmed line of trees, but it was like 2 meters thick, 9 skips just for the bushes. A lot of very heavy manual labor work, a lot of that work. The front lawn was destroyed. The front of the house was destroyed. Now it's like rotavated, not rotavated, but it's like we had Misha with a massive, tools going around and making it look like as it looks now. So now the hard part is done, but it's like a lot of man hours, a lot of days of work. And when we started like doing the plumbing inspections and electric, it's not just like a changing it. We had to replace it fully, 100%. There is nothing old in this house now, except for the outdoor walls. Even windows are new. We were expecting windows to be new, but they're like 10,000 more than what we thought they would be. All new doors and new porch. It was a shitty wooden porch, and now it will be a beautiful stone porch, thanks to like Paul, because it was quoted for wood, but it will be stone. So thanks, man. Appreciate that a lot. I think it was 6K in the quote.
No.
Nah?
In the first quote you didn't put it was a gift.
Okay, thank you so much. So Christmas came early, but
Yeah, don't sell it.
when you add all this, you quickly realize that the kitchen cost that we put like a standard typical rent to SA type of kitchen, which is like a cheap week's kitchen. It looks good, but you cannot install that in a cottage like this, so we had to go for like a bespoke shaker style with everything is nicer, like a thicker, better hinges, better mechanisms. Instead of going for Bush, we maybe put Bosch this time. It costs money. And then the ensuite bathroom, we've decided to do ensuite bathroom to a high standard with freestanding bath. And bath alone is £1,000. Freestanding tap is 1.6K, and it starts adding up to the cost where it's like 5K more on the bathroom alone, plus floors, plus 15K, plus roof, plus 15K, plus scaffolding, not for 2 weeks but for 3 months instead, and it's like a few £1,000s a month for scaffolding, and it adds up very quickly, plus VAT on top of it, and we ended up with 430K, but now we are quite confident that that's where it's gonna
Is the
stay.
VAT in this?
This is including VAT. Everything is now including VAT.
So this stamp duty, how much was it? You said
16K.
16.
16, 16, yeah. 16K was stamp duty. Then the finance alone. So now I'm becoming like a big proponent of just using your own finance and private investors. Like we have private investor Sonia, so thank you very much in your trust throughout the years. And we have Francesca, private investor. Thank you very much for your trust throughout the years. Because with private investors, it's easier, it's less friction. The interest rate is the same as bridging loans. But you don't have this bullshit when it comes to legal. One time for putting a bridge on Mosley project, I had 5 fucking solicitors on my payroll to do a simple bridge. It's a lot of money just tanked into legal costs. It's slow, so it adds to the project completion times. With private investors, like, I need your money. I give you this. I'm happy to give you this. Okay, shaking hands, quick contract, quick registering a charge if it's charge registered, and that's it. That's it, and then you continue. So you can have money within like 48 hours, 72 hours. It's fast, it's frictionless, and it's amazing. Create a win-win situation for everyone with proper interest on their money. So the finance, it's way too high. It's way too high. If we finish it within 12 months from taking the money, it's 115K. We will finish it in 8 months, but then it's a snagging stage, but then it's a refinance stage. It takes a month, so we think we'll be able to complete it from start to finish, from taking money to turning the key in 10 months, which is still not bad for a project of this size. Furnishing and staging 40k, so like everything is included in this 430k, like all the colors on the walls, most of the floors, it's like it's there. So this 40k is just like, you know, beds and stools and a hot tub, and yeah, like smaller things are in that 40k. Fees, auction stamp and deposit 20k in total, legals 10k, so actually legals on this project is not too bad because we have just one bridging lender to help us out with purchase and development at the same time, so we've done it just once. It would be double if we had purchase, bridge, and then development, bridge, so it's good to have 2 in 1 if you can. Surveys and planning, it actually wasn't too bad, the surveys and planning, because not that much was required here. The biggest part was the septic tank and working with conservation officer to agree on the windows, doors, bushes, removal of the dead bushes, and you know, the decking and stuff like this. It has to be agreed, and the drainage in the garden. Next, insurances, building indemnity, just 3k there. Utilities 2k. We're lucky with this one. We had actually more in the sheet, the sheet, but it ended up being cheaper than we thought. We had to connect 3-phase electricity, and it was just 1.8k, I think, for that, which is great value, to be honest. What's next? That's it. So if we do 12 months, it's £1,168,000. The entire project from start to finish, including every single cost. Purchase, legals, surveys, finance, furnishing, development, everything is there. And if we finish it in 10 months, it will be £14,000 less, so 1,154,000. That's the total cost. Now let's talk about GDVs. We already have a valuation of this place for 1.2 mil. 1.2 mil is like a little bit lower than we would expect from this place, but we work all our numbers towards this 1.2 mil. It's cheaper because we don't have back garden, we have just the front garden. But the front garden is private. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. We think, based on the comparables, and Ifan has done a proper due diligence of the entire area, it's 1.4 mil, but we are expecting 1.3, but we are working towards 1.2. So 1.4 you will never see in our calculations. It's like, if it happens, happy days, no money left in. But we don't think it's going to happen. So if it's 1.2, at 75% loan to value, we'll get 900k back. And if it takes 12 months, money left in will be over £250,000. We already paid like 70, 80k from our cash flow, strong cash flow. So the rest, it still needs to be paid for. So in that scenario, we need 200k more. So we need to retain our private investors on a 150k loan. We need to inject 50k more to the business. We need to pay back this 50k as quickly as possible, because probably we're looking at loan shark businesses here, finance here. 150k, it costs us 2.5 grand a month, so it evaporates the bottom line from the project. So the other projects, they have to pay for this project. It will take us a year to pay this back, but we are in a very favorable position to be able to afford to pay this cost from our rented units, rent to SA units with 1.1 million turnover every year. It's still a lot of money, but we can make it work. We'll barely survive this, but we will make it work. Annual profit, I'm thinking like £3,000 bottom line every month. This is very conservative for this house. If everything goes to shit, the yield is 13.5%, which is borderline acceptable for a project of this size. It's borderline acceptable. It's still alright, but it will take us 8 years to break even. 8 years to break even is not the best investment in the world. It's borderline acceptable. Now, what we expect to happen is we'll finish it in 10 months, GDV to be 1.3 mil, and everything else stays the same. At which point we have a mortgage of 975, and money left in is 146k, and we've paid already like 70 or 80k, so we need to like add another 70 or 80k to the deal. At Refinance, we'll just pay back the investor that gave us 150k. Half of it we'll retain. The interest is not too bad, and we will still be able to serve the interest and everything from this house alone, if you wanted to. So now it's easy, now it's amazing. Annual profit, based on 3.5k, I actually think it will be 4k a month on average. So in summer, December, it will be way better. In shittier months in winter, plus October and November, it will be less, but overall I think it will be 4k. This is based on 3.5k, at which point the yield is 29%, which is great. 3 years, we break even with this house alone, which is great, So that's the numbers. Any questions about the numbers?
Why are the net profit only expected?
higher than the conservative?
Net profit, annual net profit, because here I assumed £3,000 a month, and I really think it will be at least £3,500 a month.
Or you put the income as conservative as well?
Yes,
Not only the
yes,
cost of
yes,
the
yes, yes,
mortgage.
yes. This is like if all goes to
Yeah.
shit, and this is
Okay.
what I really expect. Really, like without being crazily optimistic.
Alright.
This is expected. Probably we will be able to even exceed this, hopefully, but I'm not expecting it.
No, I was thinking that you keep the same turnover with the same profits, but the mortgage to be different, the valuation to be different.
Sure.
but
No,
you
this
put
is
that
like two
one-
scenarios: goes to shit versus expected.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
You can't get an 80% loan to value.
I don't think it's possible.
No, I think
it's possible.
75's top. After speaking
Yeah,
to
we've had
Ben,
this
the broker.
conversation with two brokers, and yeah, 75 is expected for this.
You go for sure.
This episode is brought to you by Zen Properties, where we turn stress into success and bricks into passive income. We develop, convert, and add serious value to property projects across the UK, from HMOs to serviced accommodation. If you're a private investor looking for a solid return, we offer 11 to 15% annual interest, fully assets backed, and with all legal costs on us. And if your business wants to get in front of a fast-growing property audience, you can sponsor an episode just like this one. Find us on zenproperties.uk.
Would you want to pull out 80 though?
I'm not sure if I want to over leverage that much.
Yeah.
We probably would to start with, to decrease it later. Well, let's see. If we can get 80, we'll get 80, but I don't think it's feasible. I don't think it's possible here. I don't think it's possible for. Well, if we can have it, we'll take it, but I don't think we'll find it at good terms.
Soon.
Yeah, well, soon we'll find out
Let's
soon.
hope.
Yeah, we'll find out soon. Okay, so that's the numbers. Next, statement of works. You want
Schedule of
to
works.
super quickly?
I think you've run through it all, mate. It's not my forte, this bit.
Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, this is like a high-level statement of work. Statement of work has 110 lines for this building, now for this project. So I tried to extract it to like more high-level view, so you can clearly see where the money is spent. The biggest chunk is decoration, plastering, scheme, and dry lining, because we had to do everything here. And when you walk around, look around, it's like all using the moisture-resistant plastering. It's not a cheap plaster. Everything is like sound insulated very, very well to a very high standard with thick insulation inside every single wall. So it was a lot of work. Open it up, change everything, and close it back again. Then the roofs and ceilings is probably the second biggest cost, and actually most of it is out of the budget. And it was just a hard work. All outside landscaping, driveway, porch decking. This is everything else is pretty much expected. That's the real numbers for this property. If you have any questions about it, I'm super happy to talk about it later. I don't want to bore you to death now.
Is that material plus labor or just material?
That's everything. That's everything, material plus labor. Okay, in this case, next. Murphy's slacking off. Look, she's looking at the phone.
Engineer.
Ah, okay. Okay, so design. You've seen the design elements of the previous rent to say units, right? So you know our design language. We are translating it here with a little bit of a cottagey twist. So all the doors will be a little bit different. The colors will be more like a little bit more earthy and less like in your eyes. But generally, we'll retain the Zen vibe while retaining like a higher quality vibe throughout. This is the ensuite bathroom where we were upstairs. So you can see the bath choice, like the oak, nice units. It's a blend of traditional and modern. So that's exactly what we want to achieve here. But it's by no means like a cheap finish there. Moroccan tiles and ceramic marble tiles, in our opinion, it's a very, very nice mixture. When you join it with oak elements and brass finishes, it actually has like a very good kick to it. It has a good kick that looks great on pictures, and when you enter the space, you will feel like you've entered a high-end fucking lovely space, okay, that you paid for. So that's it. A major pain in the ass was like finding all these elements from different providers that have the same metal finish, so like a brass versus polished, different types of metal types. Is it going to look the same, feel the same? Pain of my existence, right? So it was like a few days just trying to make it work, making sure that we can have spotlights that are similar, look and feel, and then hinges, and then all the handles, it has to be the same. So we've matched that, I think, with this design, and that's it.
Feedback?
Looks lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah?
If it looks shit,
I like this more earthy green than your typical green.
you like more what?
The earthier green.
Earthier green, then yeah. It's less in your face.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes. Challenges.
Cool. Main challenges.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Main challenges.
Raising the finance, jumping in. I think that's how we tend to work. We tend to agree and figure out the how after. But I quite like that approach.
Chicken and egg situation, right? Like, because like otherwise, if you wait forever to have everything aligned, it's never going to happen.
Yeah. So yeah.
If you wait till you're ready, it's too late.
No.
Exactly.
And pressure
The
makes
train's gone.
diamonds, right? So yeah, that was definitely a challenge,
But the
getting
only
it
thing
over
is
the
like,
line.
yeah. But this is our first like big project together. I would say if you want to have an easier life, don't go too crazy too quick. Okay, because like this is fucking crazy. This is almost kills our all businesses, almost. So we will survive this. So we will have a financial plan in place. It will be a good and smooth ride, but it's not really smooth. It requires like a lot of like thinking, planning, reaching out to people, asking to keep their money, pay them interest. It's like uncomfortable. We will make it work, but it's uncomfortable, and it will take us years until we see our money back. So we've started investing in rent-to-SA units. Okay, and everything is good. The monthly income is amazing. You can see a lot of money from that business. It's great. It pays for itself very fast. You have more and more units, so you are paying off your debt quicker and quicker. Then you start a project like this, at which point I've decided to leave my full-time employment, and I was like a highly paid individual in the IT world. And now I don't have this income. And now all the income from rent to SA and all the income from my buy-to-lets, from HMO, from fucking everything, it has to go to serve debt. It has to go towards open projects like this. And I won't see that money for the next 18 months. So now we are scraping by on 4.5K a month by extracting just a minimal amount of money for me to survive with my family, pay the mortgage. I'm not talking holidays, driving like 10 years old Skoda, like, this kind of craziness. So we've invested like literally like by now £1 million, like 1.5 mil in various businesses. And it will still be 2 years until I see the return back from that. So don't go too crazy too quick. Small projects, one at a time, and learn from that.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you. Okay. Questions?
Any questions?
Why did you want to move away from the rent SA?
The question was, why do we want to move away from rent to SA? And the answer is extremely fucking simple. It's because of new government legislation and uncertainty. 90 days rule in London, so there are actually a few factors. It makes our life fucking painful because we don't know if what we do is legal. We've had friends or different companies that are also turning over £1 million a year, Sonder in the UK, for example, and they were bankrupt. They are now into liquidation because they were backdated VAT bill. It killed them and they cannot afford to pay it simply. And now, in hotels, in Airbnbs, you have something that is called TOMS, where you calculate VAT not from your income, but from your profit. That's tour operation margin scheme.
Isn't it the same thing?
It is the same thing, yeah. So everyone assumed it's fine, but there is no legislation about it, like how Airbnbs are treated. And now the HMRC, they've concluded in a court case against Sonder that they cannot do that they cannot use a single company to run their business and run the maintenance and cleaning and everything, and then use TOMS and whatever it's left, that it's illegal, that there was like a material alteration to their units. And it's bullshit. So now it's a bloodbath in the UK because most of the operators, they're running a single company setup. And it's just not feasible. Now, you must have heard about the OpCo, PropCo, where you have one property that holds the assets, one company that operates those assets, but you will still be hit with the same VAT bills. All the profit that you retain in your OpCo, it's still VAT subject to VAT, to full VAT. At which point, like our margins are 25%. If I pay 20% VAT, there is no margin left, so I work for free. So you end up spending that much money into property that sometimes is yours, sometimes it's not yours, but after you pay VAT, you work for free. So it doesn't work. I probably shouldn't be talking on the camera about that approach, but we have some ways around it now after having multiple consultations from multiple very skilled tax and VAT consultants, with the best consultancy coming from a lady called Laura. She works with Saunders on the liquidation case, so she's super close to this entire shit show. So yeah, if you're in the same situation, let's have a chat. That's why we don't want to say. Because it can change overnight. The legislation can change overnight. Anyone else?
You mean specifically the rent to SA bit?
No. It hits you as bad if you own the asset. It's the same. So if you have rent to SA, you pay rent. If you buy the SA, you pay mortgage. your bottom line is the same, and the VAT treatment is actually 100% the same.
So I think once this one's done, we're going to wait until there's a bit more clarification, certainty, to see if SA is still a scalable strategy, really.
Potentially. We probably, like, if you have another full amp next door, we might consider.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, generally yes. Now we are changing the approach a little bit. So now instead of like stressing out the money and getting more and more money, more and more debt, to have more assets to pay more debt, I think we'll hit the pause button a little bit, finish the pipeline, finish Cotswolds, finish swaddling code, get like 100K in our bank account, and then go in again with something smaller and more scalable. So probably like, 6-bedroom HMOs, no full planning permissions, 6 months from purchasing to launching, do it like 2 or 3 or 4 times a year, quicker turnaround, leave money in the project, like, all these projects like the fucking conversions, they are like pretty much no money left in. But is it worth it? It's like it takes 18 months, 24 months. And it's a lot of effort for not too much on the bottom line. I can earn more from a single rent-to-rent unit, right? So I'm not sure if that's a way going forward. I probably would leverage the rent-to-SA portfolio to start paying for all the money that needs to be left into like a smaller HMO project.
How do you leverage? If
Sorry?
you don't own it, how do you leverage?
Well, we get this money out. We don't pay VAT.
No. How do you leverage rent to rent if you don't own the asset?
Oh,
you
so
can't borrow against it.
No, you
Not
cannot.
yours.
No.
How do you leverage?
No, so it's private investors plus your own savings, and you can use a bridging loan provider as well. Because like when you purchase an asset, you can use the asset that you purchase as a leverage.
Rent to rent, you don't purchase.
No, rent to rent, there is no leverage, there is no secured loans.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's your own savings or unsecured loans that are more expensive for rent to rent. Anything else?
Cool.
Okay, next slide. Next site tour. Okay, so we'll go to next site tour will be in swaddling code actually. So I'm thinking to do it like 2 months time. So first of all, we have to start the construction, and when it started, I will see some of you there hopefully in swaddling code. Both this and swaddling code, they are in homes under the hammer as well. So if you cannot make it, you will see it in BBC. And
Cool.
the last slide. Let's go for a pint. And eat some of this fucking vegan shit there, because like...
Yeah, flapjacks, lemonade.
Good presentation. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.